everybody. I'm Dio.
And I'm Amanda, not Amanda. This is the thing, babe. This is the thing right here. Anything I'm good at, I start sucking when you're around.
Again?
Yep.
Hey everyone, I'm Dio.
And I'm Manda. And we just wanted to give you an introductory about us and how we came to be. So, it all started, I don't know, I guess I could say the year 2012. And it started on Facebook.
Yep. I saw her on Facebook and I wrote her. What did I say?
He said, I
said,
think
hello.
like, how are you, beautiful?
Yeah.
And the way that he said beautiful instead of like, what's up, sexy, or any of those, you know, those words that men typically use in your DMs or your messages, he didn't go about that right. So, because him doing that, it was a little bit more special for me, at least, to give him the opportunity.
Yeah. And usually, I guess like when you write people, you don't expect it to really go anywhere. But this did.
Yeah.
We talked every day online and we wanted to meet, but we didn't get to. And I was already actually at that time about to move to Florida.
They were originally in Las Vegas.
Yes, which we are now. And so we were talking every day. I wanted to see her. We didn't get to see each other. So then I ended up moving to Florida, and we still talk every single day. And
can I stop you right there? It's not talking. It was not talking. It was texting or messaging.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
For some reason, she can't talk on the phone. She gets weirded out.
I don't like it.
But what was that, like at least 5 months maybe that we talked, well, texted.
Right.
And there were other guys she talked to before me that she was getting to know.
Right.
So in my head, I had more work to do because she didn't know me yet. So of course I was on it every day, talking to her, just trying to get her to know who I am.
Right.
And like, I'm not some weirdo just because I know it is online and there is weirdos, but
And he came out strong. Real strong.
yeah. It worked. But there was like only one day, I think it was it, that we didn't talk, and that was just because she got overwhelmed because the other guys and me were starting to get more of that, like a little, I guess to say, kind of aggressive and trying to get her from the others.
Kind of.
Well,
y'all were taking ownership. They did not own me. I wasn't with none of them. I was just talking.
But I can't speak for them, but I know they didn't feel how I did. And even though we didn't meet in person, something inside me just felt that I had to get this. Like this, she's the one. I know it. I don't know how I know, but I know.
Mind you, he's in Florida. I'm in Las Vegas.
Yeah. And like there was even some times where I was telling her to come with me in Florida.
Right.
Like
I was a senior in high school. I was in high school.
And
so yeah, it's crazy.
And I was 20.
Living in a different state.
Yeah. But it sounds crazy.
It was crazy.
It still sounds crazy. But at the time, me knowing who I am, like, you know, do it. It's okay. Like, I'll take care of you. But she don't know me.
He shoot his shot. He did.
But I tried. It didn't work, but we still kept talking every day.
He didn't freak me out.
In my head, I was already ready to come back here so I could get her and try to see her in person and, you know, be with her. But until that happened, that I didn't feel more sure about it. Like, that was a sign. So I ended up leaving, came back here, and we met like 3 days later.
Oh, when he came out, yeah.
Yeah, like 3 days later, on your birthday.
Which is November.
Yeah.
So mind you, we met in August. That's when we started talking to each other on messages.
Was it
August? Yeah.
Oh, it's only 4 months.
Yeah. So,
okay.
right.
Only 4 months. Well, it's still a long time, but.
Fast. That's fast as heck.
Oh, I think it's long.
Moved somewhere, came back, met somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, everything worked out. When I came back, we met in person
And
like
get
a couple days after.
I didn't really like contact those other people I was talking to either, even though they lived in Las Vegas or one lived in California. But I never initiated going that far because my dad is very strict. He's always been very strict, so I wouldn't even deal with that or even try to mention like, hey, can I go somewhere? That wasn't me. So the fact that I saw him on my birthday, I just brought up like he's an old friend from school and he's coming to give me a gift. So that's how like we first started that. The meetup was pretty quick too. Like every time we met each other.
The first time we met, I drove over there. I was all dressed up for like a quick, even, I mean, obviously it's our first time. I'm gonna.
Good.
And I was super nervous.
Yes, you were.
I was nervous, I think, every time we
single
met
time.
for at
You're
least
so
a
shy.
month. At least a month.
Yeah.
And
probably everything moved fast.
but I went over there, we met, we talked in the car in front of her apartment.
Yeah.
And just got to know each other in person, even though we talked a lot, so it kind of helped already.
Yeah.
But by us seeing each other for the first time, it was just kind of like, it still was nerve-wracking, and but it was nice. And that after that day, I was just happy like that this even happened. And after that, we just saw each other every day. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it was every day. I came over.
Oh yeah.
I always came. Yeah. Every time.
I don't.
Since she was in school, I couldn't really see her during the day, and then by her dad being so strict, I couldn't really see her when he was there. So
we found
it was like a small window, maybe like 20 minutes every night of her dad leaving to go pick up.
Drop off my brother.
Oh, go drop off her brother to work at night.
I hope you never see this, Dad. He
I mean,
still doesn't know.
Hey, if you see it, it's like
I'm grown.
You see how good we are?
Okay.
He loves me.
With you. Like, that's beside the point.
But so every night, that was our plan. We made that our time to meet was every night for that 20 minutes.
And he had to make sure he wasn't like in the drive area where he had to pull out of my apartment. Like he could not park and wait anywhere near there because he seen him.
It was straight incognito.
Yeah.
I would pull in there. I'd see him leave.
Yes, he would let me know.
But I have all my lights off, straight incognito, and once he leaves, she'll come meet me, and that was how we saw each other for a while.
So tense the whole time. I used to be like, oh my god, what time is it? Oh my gosh, is that him? What if he comes early? The whole time. So it wasn't even like a straight chill and like having a cool time.
Yeah,
it was like hostile, but
it was all we had.
It was awesome though because he did that. He did that for me. I feel like a lot of people want to waste their time for them little peekaboos.
And besides that, I went to her games because she played basketball. So, and that's where I met your dad, right? First time at a game. Yeah, in the bleachers. You told him. Yeah. I think I don't know what you told him, but
I don't remember either.
Yeah.
And we used to sneak around after my games too. Especially my going away games. Like if it was in a home game, if we were away, he'd drive all the way to whatever school was at, and he'd take me home. Or a lot of the times we'd like go eat somewhere real quick, and then I'd go home.
Yeah. We tried to squeeze out as much time as we could.
Yeah, and I'd still be nervous then too. I'd be like, oh my gosh, what if he sees me? Like, what if he's driving past? And he sees, so I was always like tense.
On the 22nd of November, we kissed for the first time.
Yes.
So I didn't know until it was
I
like
told him
December.
in December because we were at a Christmas tournament in California. So we shared that kiss. It was Thanksgiving, November 22nd, 2012. We had a kiss. And okay, we're still talking and everything. I go on my trip for basketball. And I'm just talking with the girls because we had to share a room. It was separate rooms with the teammates. So my teammates were just gossiping. And I told them about it. And I was like, you know what? He's my man. I called him my man when I told y'all. So he's my man. So I just shot him a text like, hey, you know we're together since we kissed each other. Or our date is November 22nd.
Yep.
And that's how he got the news.
I was like, oh, so apparently we've been boyfriend, girlfriend for about a month now without me knowing. But I was okay with that because I already that's how I was living. It was that she was my girlfriend, even though we didn't say it, because if I'm talking to someone, that's the one, that's it. Until I find out if she is or not. And
don't lie. He told me he was talking to people when he was in Florida too.
But that was before you.
Not during. There was nothing during.
I slowed down.
Okay, so you heard though. You heard the truth just come out.
Okay, wait.
I'm gonna love this because y'all gonna testify on these truths that he likes to hide.
No.
Yeah, that's my only person.
I stopped though.
I was just the one, that's all. Just like you was the one too. Don't come at me because you always do that.
Whatever.
So yeah.
Well,
things moved fast. I promise you. Things moved fast between me and him.
Yeah.
November 22nd, 2012 is our date of boyfriend and girlfriend. So December 4th, 2013 is when he popped the question.
Yep.
So.
At an ice rink.
Yep.
She wanted to go ice skating for a while. She kept saying. So I thought, we can go take this date and I'll do it in front of people. I don't like talking in front of people, like doing certain things in front of people like that. So I actually got super nervous the whole time we were skating. All I had in my head, in my mind was...
I was tripping. That's another story. If y'all want to hear that story, y'all let us know the whole engagement thing and how that went, because that's a whole story in itself. So... You remember how I was acting?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if y'all want to hear about that story, we could do a whole separate video explaining our engagement because that was crazy.
But I ended up asking her
we got engaged.
at the ice rink.
Said yes.
And yeah, she said yeah.
Yes.
But then after that, I mean, it took us a long time to actually get married because it was just a lot we were trying to figure out. And
yeah.
I don't know. I
felt like he was stalling it out because I would ask you all the time, like, when are we getting married? We need to start planning. We need a date.
I mean, I was nervous. I didn't know.
I didn't know that. You never told me you was nervous. I thought you just was showing.
I was nervous because I wanted it to be a great wedding, which I still want to redo it because you deserve that, you know? But,
But yeah, we've been through some life, y'all. Like, from that engagement to, I don't even know the day, I can't remember, but we got pregnant. And how old was I? I promise you, like, when we met, I was 17, he was 20. Got engaged, I was 18.
I was 21.
And shortly after, because I was pregnant when I was 18 and I was tripping about it because it's like, geez, I just got out of high school, I just graduated and I was pregnant.
Yeah.
But we happened to lose that first child, and I know the exact date now from the next pregnancy. It was 14. I got pregnant with Ava. So we had our beautiful Ava July 30th, 2015.
Man. And that was crazy. I'm sure everybody can relate that has their first kid. It's like, well, any kid, but that first one is just because you just it hasn't happened. You don't know like what to expect unless you did, you babysit it, which we have, but it's not the same.
I'm a baby. I'm the youngest out of 3.
I guess for me it helped a little bit, but I having a kid, it was hard, and we were living at my mom's house, so it was like we were in one room, us, a kid, a baby, and it's like it just wasn't ideal.
And it was short-lived with just one kid because we got pregnant when Ava was still, months old? She was just months old. Like, our second child is 14 months apart, so.
Like, we didn't learn.
Yeah, and I went in for my birth control appointment from after having Ava, and they did my urine test, and while I was talking to the doctor, the nurse comes in and says, hey, you guys are gonna have to talk about this a different time because she's pregnant. So just a couple months with Ava, was ready for birth control after her, but turns out pregnant with baby number 2. And yeah, so 2016 we had a war in September.
Yeah.
September 16th.
It was kind of hard. I mean, even from the beginning,
it was insane. We went through a horrible patch though. That was like the worst, I think. I mean, in the beginning of our relationship, I ain't gonna lie, like he had trust issues from his past relationships, so the beginning was rough. The beginning was very rough for me to hold on and like feel confident in myself because he was always, second guessing me, even though I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't giving him any reason to assume that I was gonna cheat on him, but just because of his past and his insecurities from that, I had to work my butt off. And it still was like, we're in this for how many years have we been married?
What now?
Well, in a relationship since 2012 and now it's 2021. So he just in 2019 said he couldn't trust me fully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Years. Still working on that.
I guess I was just scared, worried, something can happen again,
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother thing right there. But
yeah. But after having Ro, then more issues happened just because of a lot of mixed things. After war, we were in our first own apartment. I have postpartum depression. It's rough, having 2 babies, crying the whole time. My husband's at home, so then when he came home, it's a different feeling he had. So it was just rough. We hit a real rough patch then.
I remember one night I came home from work at night and I can hear her screaming. I'm outside of our apartment. I can hear her screaming, with the kids, their babies, but she was she was just going through it. And it was, I understand, there's just 2 of them, and she's by herself.
Yeah, no
and
sleep.
They're so small, they just need so much attention at that time.
And
it's at the same time.
Issues. All of our kids have had some type of allergy or issues with their stomach, so they both had their issues too at the same time.
Yeah, but
it was a lot.
We got through it.
We did.
She's strong, and I've commended her on that forever since, because you do it.
Yeah, and
you take care of everything.
I'm grateful because I can be a hot mess. I can, and I'm stubborn and I won't admit it, and he holds it down. And he still, regardless, makes me feel loved and tells me that he does love me, so that reassurance is very needed in a relationship, and he handles that part very well.
I try to. I know.
But yeah, so
after all that, we went 4 years of just
good.
Trying to.
Good.
Oh, yeah. She had a fitness. Well, actually, at first, because of her birth control.
Yeah, I was on birth control. That was the other issue on top of having kids and all those other issues with postpartum depression, then I got a whole different type of depression with birth control.
Yeah.
So I was trying to lose weight because you know that I was on the shot. So you know how you always get pretty chunky. I didn't believe in myself that was a real thing, but that was a real thing. And I was working my butt off trying to lose that weight. I was in the gym. I was working like 2 hours in the gym, come home, eat right.
Every day.
And it was like no change. We got to the point where we made an agreement where I was gonna get off birth control and we were just gonna do condoms and do it that way.
And I mean, I don't know how this sounds.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know where it's going.
But I hate it. I hate condoms. I'll be safe,
journey.
so that way she can get off of that, and
Get my
because
mind
I saw
right.
how it was, affecting her and all that work she was doing and where she wanted to be. It wasn't fair just because of me wanting something a certain way.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I'm not. But
Anyway.
so
yeah.
we did that. She got off and
Started working out instantly.
And like her results happened so fast. It was like this. I was happy.
Yeah, me too.
I was happy.
That's where I started
She lost
my fitness,
all that weight.
My fitness goals, my fitness journey.
Yeah.
And ever since, like, I got so freaking good at learning what my body needed and all these different things. And then, boom!
It was like December 2019.
Boom. Koa. Pregnant with Koa. So all that hard freaking work.
Yeah.
So that's where my mind, not trying to sound selfish, but that's where my mind went. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, I was like, all that hard work.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I felt bad. But
one night,
we
all it takes it. One
always,
night.
but we did say we wanted 3 kids.
We did.
So
Oh, you did.
it was like we didn't expect it to happen, but it happened, and it was like, this is what we wanted.
Right.
We just didn't plan it, which is okay.
Yeah, and it was very nerve-wracking that we didn't know the gender at first.
Yeah.
But once we found out.
Because we had 2 girls, obviously at first we had 2 girls. And then I always wanted a boy. Like, I love my girls to death.
Yeah.
But I just always wanted a boy.
I feel like we both didn't believe that Aurora was gonna be a girl, even though they told us she was a girl.
Yeah.
I till I delivered her was like, I think it's a boy, even though they told us and showed the ultrasound and everything. I still was like, shoot, I've heard the stories.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, after we went and found out that Cole was a boy, like I didn't even believe her. I was like, "Are you sure?" Like I'm like, "Don't play with me like that."
The same thing until delivery. I didn't believe it was a boy until he came out. So
yeah. So we had our boy. So we have our 3 kids.
No more.
Yeah, that's it.
No more.
No more.
No more.
Yeah. I knew we didn't want any more because ultimately for her, she really only wanted 2 kids.
And I wasn't gonna get my teeth tied. That was a no-go for me.
Right. But for me, she wanted 3 just because I wanted 3.
And then try for that boy.
Yeah. And so we finally got the boy on the 3rd one.
Yeah.
We decided, so, we didn't want her to get her tubes tied because, she wasn't.
That wasn't.
So.
Yeah, the issues.
And we know there's issues that come with that, and it's more painful for women.
Control, so I wasn't trying to go through another type of hormonal craziness. I was like borderline and suicidal. It was not a good look, and I was not trying to do anything like that. When there's a solution, you know what men could go through, and it's nothing mentally.
Yeah.
So
we decided for me to be the one, and
yes.
so we did that back in January.
Yeah.
And that was, it didn't go the way it was supposed to because, they say you're supposed to, I guess from that you're supposed to heal up in about a week or less.
Yeah.
But for some reason,
It
just did not happen with me. I ended up having infections and it was like
Too
like
much.
it was like at least a month and a half, almost 2 months, I'd say, that I
You didn't
was
get a
in
solution.
pain. After that happened, I was like just down. I couldn't do anything. I barely could go to work. Luckily, my job was understanding, and they let me go back home after going to work and figuring out I couldn't do it. But then, a few months after,
We were house shopping.
yeah,
We started house shopping. We found the right person that was meant to be the one to help us, and we got a home.
Yeah.
So he's 29, I'm 26, and we are homeowners with 3 kids, and we have 2 dogs. That's a whole other story too about them.
Here, where we are right now.
Yeah.
Everything, we went through a lot
trials.
of things, but
A lot of trials.
but I mean,
Are can you be happier?
we keep having goals for ourselves.
Yeah.
As a couple and to where we want to be, and I think it's good just because it keeps us going.
Mm-hmm.
But we do appreciate what we have right now. Like this,
We're at a good level.
actually lost my job in April. We all got laid off from our company.
Mm-hmm.
We were a third party with Amazon,
COVID.
so our whole company got laid off. It was a whole issue. So it sucked because we bought our house and we were renovating our house before all this happened, and I did not expect that to happen at all. I mean, no one does, obviously. And so when that happened, it kind of messed with us a lot for a while, and a lot of stuff happened during this house.
Yeah, a lot has happened.
But
We grew.
it's okay.
We're growing through all of this. I promise you, we're like on different levels.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm loving every child that comes at us because we are coming out way stronger and way better together.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
And now it's all a matter of just where we go from here. We're just trying to keep going forward, be more successful for our family, our kids.
Push ourselves out of our comfort levels.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because this is out of my comfort level.
Yeah, like when he first met me, he was super shy, and now he's talking on cameras.
Yeah.
Levels. Reaching them. Yeah.
And that's us. I mean.
That's us. I mean, if there's any questions or any other things that y'all would want to know or get to know more about, we're going to be an open book. That's something he's working on. I've been working on it since I've been doing my fitness journey. If you want to go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Manda Deo Fitness, you could go ahead and see that type of journey. And you can see the level through my stories. He's working on it. He's going to be on his stories too.
Yeah, I'm trying. I haven't been too good at staying consistent, but I am on my own fitness journey as well, and we'll see. I'm trying to get my I guess my confidence to recording myself and putting myself out there and showing what I'm doing.
We want to share. We have like things that we want and we could see doing for other people, like himself. He does MMA. He's taught people bits and pieces of how to do, all the different styles that he does himself. And he's really good at it. And I feel like there's a love to it when he gets to show people what to do and they reach new levels.
It definitely is. I can show someone all day. If I'm talking to you about it, I can talk to you all day about it and sit there and show you how to do things and just keep working with you. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like I don't want.
It's a big deal. That's all that is. It's a big deal for you.
Yeah, it matters.
It matters.
I don't want to fail anyone
or
because I'm still learning no matter how many years. But
the same, like as far as motivating for fitness, motivating for like life. I love to talk about that. I love to get people in the right mindsets because, man, after all that stuff I went through with the pregnancies and my mind and feeling the way I felt to reaching this level of happiness and self-love for myself, I want other people to feel like that, because that place I was before is not where I want anybody to be. That was horrible. And if there's any way at all I could get you to feel better about yourself, more comfortable in your skin, I feel like I'm kind of helping him, you know, flourish into the person that he really can be by getting comfortable in his own skin and being comfortable enough to put out and be confident in him. That's what I want. I want that for a lot of people. I want you to love your life, because there is so much to this life that we all can offer. Ain't no reason to be sitting there scared or feeling in a bad place. Like, you could flourish, you could be happy, you could be confident, and man, does the world love you back. So that's pretty much Manda and Deo.
Yeah.
Like we said, if you have any questions or anything you want to ask, please feel free to ask, and we are an open book. We want to help you in any way we can. We want you to let you in on our lives.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, whatever you guys want to know.
And we hope you like this video. And if you do, please, 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 please give us a like and go ahead and subscribe to our channel to get more in depth with us. And then hit that notification bell too to make sure the next time we make a video, you will be notified and you could just grow in this Manda and Deo family. But that's all for now, guys.
Later.
Love. The nips, y'all.
Love.
Love.